Good morning. This presentation will be talking about the Waldorf educational model.
It's going to detail on the history, the Waldorf approach, and comparing it to different approaches.
Anna! Willie has showed me that losing our technology doesn't have to be the end of our learning. We can turn our school into a Waldorf school.
You mean like the hotel?
Nope. In elementary school, Waldorf education focuses on hands-on activity and creative play. In secondary education...
Not our problem.
After 6th grade, it's goodbye and good luck.
Yes, it is.
Well, it sounds good, but I have one more question. Is it based on the book where you find the guy in the hat?
Where's Waldo? That's not even the name. I'm surprised you guys didn't think it was based on the salad.
There's a Waldorf salad.
Behold, Waldorf education in action. We're getting our hands dirty and learning by doing.
So I had to make 360 sloppy joes, but I only have 1 pound of hamburger meat. How many cubic feet of styrofoam peanuts should I add?
Assuming 4 peanuts per joe, 37 cubic feet.
Oh, you're a smart little fatso.
It says here that students don't have to raise their hands. They should just ask every question that comes to their mind.
Oh, why are pine needles pointy? And, what's the difference between an asteroid and a meteor? Can you shrug anything other than your shoulders?
Does anyone else have any questions?
If Mommy's purse didn't belong in the microwave, why did it fit?
We won't need computers. We won't need books.
I learned not to drink out of the creek.
You mean this isn't creek water? My daddy raised me and all my 11 dead siblings on creek water.
Everyone wears a hat. Sun hats in the summer, wool hats in the winter. Ooh, look at this. Weekly Friday night parents' meetings.
Oh, wait. There might be a safety hatch. Does the apostrophe come before or after the S on parents?
After, which means both parents.
Oh! Well, I'm not wearing a hat. People might think I'm bald.
Before we share announcements and see the results of Grade 3's dance study of willows and drooping trees, we greet the day with a school song.
Now I have to sing a song? Why did those idiots mix up power strips and surge protectors?
Every single living creature, every cat and every flea, all things with a facial feature have the right to smile at me.
Every family is the unit, sometimes stilling, sometimes mad. Divorced or gay or even foster, even Billy with 3 dads. I feel like Beethoven when Charles Grodin finally accepted him as his dog.
So today I'll be talking a little bit about the history of the Waldorf School. The Waldorf School was started by a man named Rudolf Steiner, who went to go visit a factory in Waldorf, Astoria, Germany. And the owner of the factory asked Mr. Steiner if he would create a school for the children of the employees at the factory, and he agreed. So in 1919, the independent Waldorf School was created. Since then, the Waldorf School has expanded into over 1,000 schools in 64 different countries, and each of the schools are run administratively different. However, you'll find lots of commonalities among all of the schools. And a common myth about the Waldorf Astoria school is that it's religious, but it's actually non-denominational, so it has no religious affiliations at all. After World War II, the Waldorf educational model spread throughout Europe, moved its way to North and South America, and then to Canada, and finally to Australia. And actually in Israel, over 4,000 children are served using the Waldorf educational model, which I thought was really interesting. So that's a little history about Waldorf, the Waldorf schools, and Allie will be talking a little bit about the Waldorf approach.
Hello, I'm going to be talking about the Waldorf approach, and the Waldorf approach is an interdisciplinary, hands-on approach to learning. This approach offers a classical education that is richly embedded with the arts. Waldorf education is a carefully structured system. A Waldorf teacher crafts his or her lesson to work with every learning style, kinesthetic, auditory, and visual, while enabling every student to shine. The main lessons taught in a Waldorf approach are liberal arts, natural sciences, history, mathematics, and language arts. The goal of a Waldorf education is to enable students to choose with freedom and to realize their individual path through life as adults. History, language arts, science, and math are taught in lesson blocks of 3 to 5 weeks, while the students are creating original lesson books. Some special subjects taught in class are knitting, sewing, singing, Spanish, German, and watercolor painting. In early education, a Waldorf early education classroom welcomes a child to a day filled with imagination and inspiration. The focus is on creative play, rich storytelling, and healthy social interactions that provide students with foundation for future academic excellence and personal well-being. Now Kristen's going to be talking about the Reggio approach and Montessori and how they compare to the Waldorf approach.
Two approaches that are similar yet different to Waldorf approach is the Reggio Emilia approach and the Montessori. All three of these approaches use the philosophy of education of the whole child. In the Waldorf schools, they allow children to work in groups led by the teachers, and the school subjects such as math and writing are not introduced until a much later age. Usually around age 7 is when they introduce that. They are believed to be necessary but not enjoyable. So their days are filled with make-believe, art, and music. The teachers that the children have stay with them for about 6 years. So the teachers get to know those children, the children get to know the teacher, and they learn how each other works and how each other learns. The parental involvement is not necessary, is not required for the Waldorf approach. The Reggio Emilia approach, it is a requirement that that parents are expected to be a part of the child's education. They allow the children to create their own learning through their curiosity, no set curriculum. Learning is based on children's interests. Teachers encourage learning, asking questions, and they sometimes act as a protagonist to the children. The teacher stays with the class for 3 years, which is that's also unusual. Then you have the Montessori school. They do things that will stimulate the children's mind. The teachers guide the lessons and lets them work at their own pace. They are not on a time limit. This leads to improved behavior and learning. The children are able to take over their own learning, working for hours. It's believed that it's better for them and it makes them more successful. The parental involvement for the Montessori approach is also not required. It's greatly appreciated, but it's not a requirement. The teachers change each year. They never stick with the same teacher. I mean, maybe if a teacher moves up and teaches that grade level, then they will have the same teacher, but their teacher is always changed out.
At this time, we've completed our presentation and we have some questions for you.
1. In what ways do Waldorf and Montessori differ? 2. In what ways could you incorporate Waldorf teaching methods in a regular classroom? And 3. What is the teacher's role in a Waldorf classroom?